In a world where the future needed saving and reality was optional, one lad from Chicago got the gig. Meet Colin Pope. Online, he called himself Velocity Gnome. Yeah, not Spider-Man, not Batman, but a gnome. Our hero, the unsuspecting chosen one. Every hero needs a mentor, right? Enter Dylan Reef, aka Zane Figium. Cool name, dodgy haircut, time-traveling guardian of mankind, or just a theater kid with too much free time. And where there's one prankster, there's another. Joke, smo, director, villain, chaos merchant, think less, Dark Lord of the Sith. More the bloke who builds the props and then laughs when you trip over them. But no story's complete without a proper villain. Say hello to Maggie Hark. Sometimes ally, sometimes traitor. Always ready with a smirk and a betrayal in the third act. Our resident femme fatale with a glue gun. And then there's the gatekeeper, mysterious chauffeur, keeper of doors, and probably the only man who's ever said password, with a straight face at the Minneapolis airport. And of course, the Greek chorus of this saga, the internet. Forums, skeptics, armchair detectives, half convinced Colin was lying, half convinced they'd stumbled on the next Matrix. All of them absolutely useless. So there you have it. Our hero, our villains, our mischief makers, 3 years, dozens of lies, one very confused gnome. Roll the tape.
Prologue reverse scene.
What do you call the day a life ends, but nobody dies?
Huh?
The moment the script is handed to its unwitting main character. You weren't chosen, Colin. You were written. Now, rewind. December 2005. The final act is over, but here we play it backwards. A young man stands on a stage, surrounded by cheering strangers. In reverse, they fall silent. In reverse, the lights dim, from dazzling white to black. He thought he was the savior of the future. For 3 years, he lived in a story that wasn't his. And this is where that story ended. Imagine learning your life was an author delusion. Would you feel wonder or anger? What would you forgive if the lie saved your life? Now, the confetti rises. The curtain closes, and we begin at the end.
Chapter 1. The last page.
We start at the end. The lights are off, but the echoes are still there. May 18th, 2005. 19-year-old Colin Pope steps off a stage he didn't even know he was starring on. He's just saved the future, apparently. Slain villains, deactivated a doomsday machine, hundreds of people cheering his name. But here's the catch. Only now, as confetti settles to his so-called mentors, break character. And suddenly, The world he thought he'd been living in shrinks into a college gym. His prophecy? Written by two pranksters from Minneapolis. That night, Colin was handed a thick script, the script of his own life. Stage directions, motives, even the blank spots where he'd improvise his lines. Imagine holding a book that explains every strange moment of your last 3 years.
Wow!
Over dinner, Dylan and Joe, the puppet masters, muttered their apologies.
Sorry.
Nothing grand, just nervous laughs and a few sorry mates over noodles. How do you apologize for hijacking someone's life? They weren't even sure an apology was needed after all. Colin was smiling. He peppered them with questions. Why me? How did you find me? And the answers tumbled out. It started as a joke, a throwaway idea that spiraled. They found him by accident. He was the perfect canvas, open, imaginative, online for the world to see. And Colin, instead of running, he played along, which meant the joke became a 3-year epic. So the question lands on us. What do you do when you realize your reality was authored by someone else?
Wait, what?
To answer that, we turn the page.
Chapter 2, Origin of a Cosmic Prank.
Before was a savior of the universe. He was just a bored teenager in suburban Chicago. Year 2002. Dial-up internet, AIM chat windows. A world where your screen name was your destiny. Colin's handle?
Velocity Gnome.
Not exactly Neo or Skywalker, is it? But it's stuck. And online, names are everything. Two older guys, Dylan Reef and Joe Corsmo, stumble across Colin's website, and what do they see? A teenager who's laid his whole life out online. Blogs, photos, fears, jokes. It's all there.
It's all there.
To them, he wasn't a stranger. He was raw material. At first, the idea was small. One prank. Pretend to be a friend from the future. Drop a few eerie references, then vanish. That was the plan. But plans rarely survive first contact. They realized Colin was perfect.
You are perfect.
He wasn't cynical. He wasn't paranoid. He had just the right mix of curiosity and humor. If anyone would play along, it was him.
Let's play a game.
So Dylan and Joe began scripting. Not just a prank, a mythology. They made him the chosen one. Why think small, right? His future self sends back mentors. Robots are about to revolt.
We are
And
about to
humanity's last hope is a teenager with a funny screen name.
revolt. Velocity
You
Gnome.
can't write this stuff unless, of course, you do. Their jokes became rituals. His blog posts became prophecies. Even his childhood fears were stitched into the story. Fear of robots? Great. Trial 1. Favorite games? perfect plot devices. They even named his mentor, Zane Figum, which, when unscrambled, spells I am Zangief. Yes, the hairy Russian wrestler from Street Fighter. The apocalypse brought to you by arcade nostalgia. By mid-2003, the mythology was ready. A world of time travel, betrayals, prophecies, and robots, all waiting for Colin to stumble into.
Chapter 3: The First Contact.
August 2003. A warm night in suburban Chicago. Nothing unusual until Colin's dog starts barking at the front door. Mum answers, and standing there, not a salesman, not a neighbor, a 20-something lad in a trench coat. He doesn't look like the Terminator. He looks like the bloke who'd sell you second-hand speakers out of a van. He says his name is Zane Figum, and he's from the future. Right, of course he is. And then he hands over a package.
Take this.
Wrapped in today's newspaper, subtle as a brick. On it, scrawled in thick black pen, open in case of future. Not exactly Terminator 2, is it? But Colin plays along.
I'll play.
When asked if it's a time machine, Zane snaps. No, don't be ridiculous.
No, don't be ridiculous.
And that's the moment Colin makes the choice.
I agree 100%.
He straightens up, mimics the tone, and declares, I accept the responsibility of the future. A handshake, a nod, and Zane vanishes into the night. Colin's left standing on the porch, holding this strange scrapbook wrapped in newsprint. Inside, a glitter-encrusted dossier of his own life. Photos of him with friends, forum posts, even private instant messages. Imagine finding your teenage angst lovingly scrapbooked by strangers. Page after page, turned into prophecy.
How's this possible?
It was creepy and flattering. At the back, a CD labeled open in case of future. So of course, Colin pops it in. Up comes a playlist of obscure 80s tracks, because nothing screams apocalypse like synth pop deep cuts. That night, Colin stays up flipping through every page. The glitter, the photos, the weird prophecies.
How's this possible?
Half terrified, half delighted. Somebody had been watching him for months. Somebody knew him well enough to write him into a story, and they'd just given him Act 1. The internet went wild when he posted it online.
This is wild.
Tens of thousands of views. Forums buzzing.
Hey, G.
Or is this kid making it all up?
He's making
One
it up.
commenter said, no way this is real. Opie's just fishing for internet points. Another,
Oh, wow.
if this is fake, it's the most detailed fake I've ever seen.
Chapter 4: The Trials of Minneapolis.
August 2004. 1 year of silence.
It's been 1 year.
No visitors, no notes, no prophecies. Gets an envelope.
Wow. About
Inside, a photo of himself, taken the night Zane came to his door. Same angle, same handshake, like a paparazzi shot from the Twilight Zone. There's also a plane ticket. Chicago to Minneapolis, one way, and a handwritten note. Velocity Gnome, the future depends on you.
Me, really?
You must go. Subtle, right? 3 exclamation marks. Always a sign of professionalism. But Colin, he doesn't hesitate.
No hesitation
He
whatsoever.
later wrote, "Fuck it, I'll go." Because honestly, what 20-year-old says no to
Amazing.
saving the future?
I will save the future.
At the Minneapolis airport, a man in a rumpled suit waits at baggage claim, holding a sign with one word, Gnome. Password, Velocity Gnome.
Velocity Gnome.
The man nods, dead serious. I'm the gatekeeper. Your transport awaits.
Transport is
And the transport? Not a DeLorean. Not even close. It's a beat-up Lincoln town car that smells of fries and Febreze. Yeah, the future's looking a little secondhand. But Colin buys in
This will do.
completely. For the next 2 days, Minneapolis becomes his stage. Clues hidden under sculptures, puzzles solved on calculators, a showdown at Chuck E. Cheese with robots. Well, animatronic rats pretending to be robots.
I am a robot.
But let's not ruin the mood. Zane even bows before
All
the
hail
singing
the
mouse.
Singing mouse.
Glory be the name of Chucky. Colin plays along, deadly serious. The man's facing down a mechanical pizza rat like it's Judgment Day. Other trials follow. A jogger drops a coded note.
This is a
A
coded
shopkeeper
note.
hands over a random key. Dozens of strangers, all actors in on the game. One of them is even traveling with him. A fellow recruit goes by Shags. She insists she got a book just like his.
I've got the book.
Spoiler, she didn't. She's Maggie Hark, the villain, undercover. It all builds to a forest outside the city. Twilight, a shovel, a buried black lockbox. The gatekeeper slips away.
I'm gonna slip
Shags
away for a
turns,
second.
pulls out a toy phaser. Suddenly, she's not the ally,
Traitor.
she's the traitor. Colin is left alone in the woods with a shovel and a box he's not allowed to open. And just as his nerves peak, Zane emerges from the trees.
I'm back.
He claps Colin on the shoulder.
Hello there.
You have passed the trials. Imagine it. You've just been betrayed by your only friend,
But why? Why?
dug up a box in the dark, and the reward? A man in a trench coat telling you, Glory Day. And Colin? He doesn't flinch.
I'm not
He
flinching.
nods. I'm ready to save the future. It's absurd. It's genius. It's working. Because if he'll buy this, he'll buy anything.
Chapter 5, Escalation and Omen.
By 2005, the prank had legs. Online threads buzzing, niche blogs whispering.
It's performance art.
Some called
No,
it performance
it's stalking
art.
with props.
Others called it stalking with props. Either way, Dylan and Joe, they were loving it.
Loving it.
Antioch College had become their playground. And they weren't just pranksters anymore. They were producers, directors, showrunners of the strangest saga never pitched to Netflix. The idea? A finale, not a letter,
We go grand, big,
not a scavenger
massive.
hunt, but a full-blown rock opera with songs, with lasers, with the villain in spandex. And Colin Pope, Velocity Gnome himself, the only person in the audience who doesn't know
I don't know.
he's the star.
Velocity Gnome, you are the star.
The catch?
Superstar.
They need time,
Let's stall for a bit.
so they stall. May 18th, 2005. The prophesied date. Instead of fireworks, Colin gets a chat room battle. Yep. The fate of the universe decided over AOL Instant Messenger. Text flying like bullets. Maggie Hark spamming riddles. Colin hammering the keyboard like Neo in sweatpants. And when he wins,
I won, yes.
he gets a ticket to a movie theater. Empty, except for him.
Only me?
On screen, a glitchy short film. Static, robots, explosions, and one line of text. Finale, December 2005. Antioch College. That's right. They made him sit alone in a theater just to watch a trailer for his own life. Meanwhile, in New York, another breadcrumb. A fringe play off Broadway. Colin flips through the program, nestled inside a coded insert. Coordinates, date, same
We have
destination.
here coordinates, date, same
Everything
destination.
points to Antioch, December 2005. By now, Colin knows
I know something is brewing.
something's building,
Much, much bigger.
bigger than Minneapolis, bigger than a scrapbook or a shovel in the woods. He doesn't know he's heading for a rock opera, but he feels it in his bones. This is the third act. And if you've watched enough movies, the third act is where it all goes bang. The prank has escalated. The hook is set.
Chapter 6 The Grand Reveal.
Antioch College, December. Snow on the ground. The kind of night where secrets don't stay buried.
Let me tell you a secret.
They walk into the light.
Okay, so I am here
Colin
now.
Pope shows up with nothing but a clue, a date, and a suitcase full of nerves. And what's waiting? Not a note, not a parcel, a bloody rock opera. Imagine it. You walk into an auditorium, packed, hundreds of students. Everyone knows your
Want to
name.
know my hero?
Everyone's in on the joke, except you. Program says the father time loop, one night only, which, by the way, sounds less like a Destiny and more like a prog rock B-side. Lights drop, curtain opens, and there they are,
Put your
Zane,
hands together for me.
Maggie, the gatekeeper, all larger than life, all singing, all acting out your life. And then they drag you on stage,
Join us on stage.
hand you a foam sword, point you at a giant robot prop welded in someone's garage.
Made it in a garage.
Colin, he doesn't flinch. He fights. He quips. He solves riddles mid-song. He pulls levers he remembers from Minneapolis. And the crowd, they go mental. Because here's the kicker. They left gaps in the script.
Colin,
Literally.
see something here.
Stage directions that read, Colin will say something here, and every time he nails it.
Nailed it.
Finale,
3,
spotlight,
2,
villain showdown.
go!
Maggie Hart, pyrotechnics, smoke, chaos. Colin pulls the lever, the time loop explodes, and just like that, he saves the future.
Hey, me and myself
Crowd
save the
erupts,
future.
cheering, chanting his name. The fourth wall isn't just broken, it's obliterated. And that's when it happens. Zane steps forward, not as Zane, as Dylan,
I am Dylan.
smiling, exhausted, human. Thank you, Colin. We couldn't have hoped
Thank
for
you.
it to go
Thanks a
better.
million.
The spell shatters. 3 years of myth collapse into applause. And Colin Pope, Velocity Gnome, savior of mankind, is just a kid on a stage in Ohio, holding a script of his own life. That was the reveal. Not that the world was saved, but that the world had been written.
That's a wrap.
And that's where our little caper ends. No bullets fired, no bodies dropped. Just a young bloke who thought he'd save the future, only to find out he'd been cast in someone else's play. Colin got a story. Dylan and Joe got their art project. And the rest of us, we got a reminder that reality is a fragile little thing. Now, credit where credit's due. This entire deep dive was highly inspired by Treehouse Detective. His video, his podcast, he dug into this saga first. We dressed it up, sure, but he unearthed it. So, do yourself a favor, check out his channel. We love his work, and we reckon you'll love him too. In fact, I'll pin his short about this very story in the comments. Go watch it after this and tell him we sent you. As for us, if you enjoyed being lied to for the last half hour, do the decent thing. Hit like, tap subscribe, drop a comment, tell me what you'd forgive if the lie made your life just a little more interesting. You weren't chosen, you were written. And stories like this, they don't die, they just wait for someone else to tell them again. See you in the next one.
I look forward to your like, share and subscribe. Love you all and thank you.